Hello, Rob here from the Flanagan Homestead and East Fork Christmas Tree Farms. Today I have a fun experiment that I want to do. I'm always trying to learn and grow on the Christmas tree farm. And I have in my hand some black magic fertilizer that these guys swear by. They say it's going to be amazing. But anyway, I had a guy call me. He's not paying me to endorse these, and I'm not, but I'm going to give it a try. But I'd like to see how these work. But there's little fertilizer bags that they recommend putting in 2 inches from the trunk of your newly planted Christmas trees. And normally I don't like planting or fertilizing newly planted trees. We want to protect the roots, get them established. It's normally not a very good practice to put there. But he said that these are designed differently, and they don't have, I believe it was a sodium he was saying they don't have in it, so that's not going to harm them. And this is going to make our first year trees grow really fast and much better than the other ones. And I'm going to be marking rows that I use these and rows that these aren't used in, and we'll do a little test and see how this works out this year. But they've been using the company's actually in British Columbia. You know, I'm here in Washington State, so we're neighbors. But they've been using these in timber for years, I guess, and having really good results. They actually sent me some spreadsheets to show trees that were planted out in the hills there that didn't have this, and then trees that did. And they were saying the new trees that had this black magic packs was growing a lot better and faster than the other ones. So basically they're little tea bags, supposed to be planted 2 inches. There's 2 different products here, one with Aquazorb, and what Aquazorb is that you have those gel crystals that hold water, and then so you put this in there, and as it rains they expand, and then as it gets drier the tree's roots will be in it and pull the moisture out. You may have seen this being used in potted plants inside. Actually, the trees, you can see an acre of trees that are pretty consistent height right here, and then the next acre of trees that's a little bit taller. We had been having a lot of trouble with our first year trees dying for a while, and we actually bought a big bucket of watering crystals, and we would auger the ground and then mix some of the crystals in and then plant the tree and push the dirt back in, and we had a really good survival rate that year. But I can't swear that it was because of the absorbing crystals, because we had several rows with and without, and both rows, or both sets of rows, seem to do really well. So I don't have enough statistics to prove that it was really done well there. But anyway, so hopefully I can read this without my glasses here. This black magic is 25.99 plus $25.99 plus micronutrients, and it says magnesium is there, sulfur, boron. I always get boron for my Christmas trees. Copper, iron, manganese, and zinc are added in here as well. The rain is starting to ruin my labels, and I wanted to take a picture to show you all. I need to put these back in the car for a second and get some pictures of what the label says. So this is going in the ground, and as I mentioned, I'm going to do, he sent me 50 packs of each. I'm going to do 15 nobles. These were planted a year ago, but they're still really tiny because they were super tiny plugs. I'm going to do 15 nobles with each of these. I'm going to do 15 grand firs that I planted this year, and I'm going to do 15 Nordmans, and I have flagging tape to mark which ones were just with the regular black magic, which ones were Aquazorb, and I'll be able to come back at the end of the growing season. You know, they'll be pretty much dormant by the time we hit August, and see which trees took off and which ones didn't. So we'll go from there. To put it in the ground, they recommend, well, one pack, the Aquazorb is 2 inches deep. The other one is just 1 inch deep, 1 inch from the tree. I have a dibble, a planting dibble for planting plugs, so I'm gonna try some of them. I'm just gonna stick that in the ground, quick tap, throw the pack in there, and then go from there. And I also have a 2-inch auger, and for just a hand drill, and I'm going to try doing some there. But I mean the dibble will go really fast. It doesn't have quite as wide a hole because it's tapered. This has a flatter surface, but we'll see how it goes. Like I said, the dibble, I could get these in the ground instantaneously. This will take just a little bit more work and bending over. All right, let's go put a couple in the ground. And remember, they say 2 inches from the trunk, 2 inches deep for the Aquazorb. And I have half of a liter bottle here because this rain, even though it's not hard, is making my camera short out. I'll tell you, Christmas tree farming is a whole lot easier when you're not trying to take video every minute of the day. Anyway, let's go stick a couple of these in the ground. You know, I don't think I'd even have to bend over if I didn't want to. I'm just trying to make sure that these get filled back in the ground. You could just take this, drop it, push that back in the bag and the hole, cover it like that. Let's try a 2-inch auger. 2 inches from the tree. The dirt fell back down in before I was able to put the bag in. We're going to use the drill, go a little bit deeper, soil's going to fall back in, and then you'll be back at the right depth. I can tell you with my initial planting right there that if I was going to do a large quantity of these, I just use the dibble, standing upright, punch the ground, 2-inch hole, drop the bag in, kick it in, kick the dirt over it, and be done with it. I think the drill created a wider, flatter space to drop the bag in so it laid flat, which I think they say is ideal. I'm going to take my orange flagging tape and I'm going to put it on the base of this noble right here, and I'll know that the row that has the orange flag, the first 15 trees have Aquazorb in here. I'm going to be using yellow ribbon for just regular black magic without Aquazorb. I'm going to do that 2 rows over this way. In my established rows where we've already harvested them, we're replanting in here. I had to use 4 rows to get 15 trees. So that orange flag to that orange flag. All the new plant trees this year have the Aquazorb in it, and on my Nordman firs here. If you have a discerning eye, you might say, well, wait, that's a noble fir. Yes, we're interplanting our Nordmans with our nobles. We're trying to take some more space in our fields from nobles to Nordmans. Okay, it's not raining that hard, but the rain is really causing problems with my camera, wanting it to turn off and whatnot, causing problems. So anyway, you're probably not going to get as much video as I normally like to do on a project like this, but you could see that this goes in pretty quickly. With the dibble, I think it can go in really quickly. The thing that's taken me the longest is I've just been pulling it out of this bag, which is not efficient. I would, if I was going to do a lot of these, I'd have a pouch on that's open and wouldn't have to be fighting to get into the bag. And I'd just stomp the dibble, throw a bag in, stomp it down in, and move on. So I think these could go fairly efficiently. I'm excited to see how they're going to work on the farm. Hopefully it's really productive. It's a beautiful day for freshly planted Christmas trees. The rain's coming down and keeping the soil moist. We're sticking in some fertilizer bags. Spectrum Products has given us these Black Magic fertilizer bags that they think are going to do wonders for our Christmas trees. We'll find out come August. Thanks for joining me on the Flanagan Homestead, where Christmas trees are my business, teaching and cleaning horticulture is my job, and outdoor projects are my passion. Hope to see you again soon. Be blessed, everyone.